Did you ever want to play your ukulele with a friend? Well, then COVID hit and play alongs came quickly to an end. So we virtualized and put the chords and lyrics all online. So join us every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So join us every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And welcome. Whoa, why is my camera blurry? Oh, that doesn't look good. 1 second here. My camera is very blurry, folks. I'm assuming that looks blurry to you. This did not show up as a blurry camera during technology check. So let me see what I can do there. That is going to be tricky. I might have to turn it over to Lisa and then come back to this, because I don't look like that in real life. I'm not quite that blurry in real life. But anyway, welcome. I'm going to do this real quick. If you're just tuning in and I look blurry, I don't know why that is, but hopefully we can resolve that quickly. But it's good to be back. And sorry I was out last week. I was actually at a ukulele festival and taking a little vacation in Colorado. So that was a good time, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But we'll take my blurry image off the screen as quickly as possible. So tonight, we're going to bring on tonight's guest, as we do right at the beginning. And if you saw the promotion, it is our guest is Lisa Webb, who lives in Nashville, Tennessee, and just a really amazing player, just great, really cool sound, and just a super smooth voice. You heard her singing during the countdown. So to get my blurry image off of the screen, I am going to just kick it right over to Lisa and say, welcome to Lisa Webb. Hello there.
Hey there, Greg. Hi, everybody in Ukulele Gent land.
Well, welcome.
Thanks,
welcome.
Greg.
And first of all, thank you so much. Everyone's busy and people have, as COVID is sort of ending, people have things to do, and just can't thank you enough for taking the time to be here. And people are excited to have you here.
I am so glad that you asked me back. You actually asked me back again, so that made me feel good. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And I bet you're blurry down there because it's just so hot in Florida, right? It's just steaming down there.
It's just a very strange thing being this blurry, but I'm going to figure this out. So hang tight. Hang tight, folks. So we're going to probably just, we will turn that over to you. So we have some, what are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to talk about some things that I have been doing lately with some workshops, and they are the love of bar chords. This is just kind of a quick little introduction. We're going to talk about 2-note bar chords, 2 strings, and then we'll talk about 3 strings, and then we'll talk about 4. So it's going to move kind of quick, but just some fun little tips and some cool sounds that I think you'll enjoy.
Awesome. That is great. All
hey,
right,
you're nice and clear now, Greg.
I've made a pseudo fix to my camera. Let's see if I kick it back to this one. Nope, we're gonna wing it, and we're gonna go here, and we're just gonna stick with that camera tonight. That's what we got to do. I don't know why that happened. But okay. I don't want to interrupt you. So, what would you? And then we'll talk about some things you're doing. You've got some live things coming up, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. That'll be great. But we are just thrilled to have you here.
Thank you so much. Well, I do have some handouts and things for people to kind of grab their ukes and do a few things with me. I think it'll be fun. So if you have your ukulele handy?
I do. You want
grab it and
you want the one.
Yep, we'll take the first handout.
Yeah, what's it called? The 2s. Is that the one?
Yep, it's the terrible 2s. That's right.
The 2s. So let's make sure we've got this, and then we'll turn it over to you. 1 sec.
Okay.
How does that look?
That looks fabulous.
Okay,
Thank
perfect.
you so much.
All right, you bet.
All right, so I'm sure you guys have seen a fretboard before, and I've I've got all of our our open note chords and complete 4-note bar chords up there on the diagram. But what I want to do first is talk about 2 notes being barred at one time, kind of like we do with that favorite B flat chord of ours. We have to bar the E and the A strings, right? So in order to play our B flat chord. But there's some cool songs and cool chords that just have 2 notes. So let's look at a couple of them. If you'll see down there in letter A, and you've got your top 2 strings, there's actually a D chord that doesn't involve you playing all 3 notes for your D chord. You can drop your 4th finger, and it's what we call a D add 2 or a D sus 2, because you've got that E in there. It's a kind of cool sound. So that's one that we can use and incorporate into our playing. A lot of people know about the cool little 5th fret, F major 7, which is such a pretty sound. I use this chord all the time. So that's, you're not really barring these chords since it's the strings that are the top strings closest to you, but you kind of consider them on the same fret there.
So I'm gonna ask an obvious question.
Yeah.
So when you are playing that and you say it's a 2, right, a 2-note chord, you're only hitting 2 strings.
I am only playing 2 strings. I'm actually playing 4 strings, but I'm only fingering the 2.
Oh, so you are playing the open strings.
Yes,
So
I am playing all the open strings. On all of these sheets, we'll be playing all 4 strings. That's a great question, Greg.
Got it.
But we're actually only going to be fingering on this particular sheet.
Understood.
2 strings. And I think it's clearest to hear if you play the notes individually. So let's go back to our D sus 2. That's on the 2nd fret. And then our F major 7 on the 5th fret. And another one that I like is the A6, which is on the very next fret up. So it's 6-6-0-0, if you will, or 6-6 open open. That's another cool sound. Okay? Then on these same 2 top strings, you can offset those 2. Instead of playing the same fret, you can offset them. So the first one is a G13, so we can really get into some jazzy chords and only have to finger 2 strings. 4th fret and 5th fret. It's kind of a cool sound. And then move everybody up to 5 and 6. And you've got a D9 chord, and one more up to 6 and 7, and you've got a good old A7 chord. Sounds just like this A7 chord, but it's up here. So pretty cool. So I just lost that sheet there.
I wanted to just have them be able to see your hands while you're doing a few, and then I'll put the sheet back up. Sure.
So we started with the D sus 2. Okay, so that's 2-2 open open. Okay, and then we went to the F major 7, which is 5-5 open open, if you can see there. Okay, and then we did the A6 6-6 open open. And for the offsets, we've got 4 for the first one, fret number 4 and fret number 5. And then moving them up to 5 and 6 and to 6 and 7. There's 3 cool chords there. And all you have to do is play 2 strings. Pretty cool, right?
Very cool.
Yeah. And so there's a couple things that we can do with the 2 middle strings as well. If you think about how we play an A7 chord, most of us can grab that pretty quickly. If you you raise your 5th of your chord, which is the E, raise it by 1/2 step or 1 fret, you've got an augmented sound. So those are right next to each other, almost as if they were a barred, but you have to actually use 2 fingers. And you can kind of move that around a little bit too. A lot of these things are really fun to do. A lot of times I just sit down and figure out, hey, that's a cool sound. I'm moving my shape around, my little 2-note shape. And those are really cool sounds. As a songwriter, I think of different, different ways to play chords, different voicings. So I like moving things around that are easy shapes. They sound really cool to me. So hopefully they sound cool to you. And the more you play these and the more you can incorporate them into songs, it just kind of gives your songs a little extra spice, a little extra jazz, a little extra something. That's something. Okay, so then we've got our bottom 2 strings that also, if you'll put that hand out back there, Greg, now we can actually bar them like we do on the B flat. So we can actually play them with 1 finger. And an obvious one of that is the C5 chord. And it's called a C5 because it doesn't have a third. We cut out the middleman. We cut out the third. So that's a cool sound. And there's another way to play C7 if you just bar the bottom 2 strings on the 7th fret. That's a really cool sound. I use that one a lot too.
And on the handout, we're in the section that's C. Like there's A, B, and C.
Yes, we're in the C section.
So C
right,
section, bottom 2 strings.
Bottom 2 strings. Right. So quickly, I wanted to show you.
I just wanted to show you that I'm following along.
You are, Greg. You're doing such a good job. So I was just going to play a little bit of the Making Whoopee on the bottom for people, and I'm just going to try to only play chords that have two strings fingered, okay? So I'm only going to, I could really play this with just 2 fingers, hopefully. Okay, so if we had another another June, another sunny honeymoon. Okay, so that's as far as I got, and I only used 2 fingers per chord. Okay, let me do that one more time for you. We got C major 7, and then we came over to the A7, and then we moved down a fret to the D9, moved down another fret to the G13, went back up to the C major 7, came over to the A7 again, and then ended with that cool little F major 7. So to me, that's really, really cool. And once again, once you get used to these and maybe practice them a little bit, you can really incorporate them into your songs.
That's awesome.
Cool. All right, so let's do the next little handout real quickly. It's just kind of an overview. Any
so let me just
questions?
Get that ready. 1 second. The 3s. All right.
The 3s. And I'm calling a lot of these these bar chords, even though you may opt to play them with 3 fingers instead of barring. To me, they're all on the same fret. That's why I'm kind of calling them, lumping into a bar category, because they're in the same fret, and they're easier to think of, at least for me, that way, when they're all happening on the same fret. Okay, so now we've got 3 to warm us up for the full 4. There's a few chords there in letter A. If you bar the bottom 3, you have got one of my favorite jazz chords, a minor 7 flat 5. One of my favorite sounds. And if you were going to play in G major 7, that would be on the 2nd fret. You might incorporate some slides into your playing if you were playing a song. You can slide it. You can strum it all with your thumb too. You can just kind of move this one around. It's a lot of fun. And I had put as an example there April in Paris because we've got a C minor on the 3rd fret. And then we've got our G minor 7 flat 5 ending on the G major 7. So April in Paris. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. Really, really cool. So those are some of the 3-note ones. There's others you can find. It's another thing you can move around and experiment with. I had found something down here one time. I use as an introduction of a song. I do that a lot when I'm moving things around and just finding cool sounds. So now let's go to our 3 top fingers. You're really not barring all the way across. You're having to actually use your fingers here. But they are all on the same fret. So we've got our D chord. We've got an E flat chord with a sharp 4. Kind of sounds a little Spanish, right? Where's the castanets? So that's a cool sound. On the 5th fret, there's another F chord you can use. Another G add 2. Real pretty sound on the 7th fret. So, just kind of think outside of the box and move some of these around. They're really, really quite beautiful. The Bally High example. So if we have our dreaded E flat chord, sorry about that. But I let my pointer finger go on that E flat chord and I've got that E flat sharp 4, and that's exactly what they use in Bally High. So that's another cool sound. I'm all about just finding cool sounds. All right, so let's do one more little sheet and then we'll get to play a song.
Okay.
That hopefully uses some of these in here. So as you can probably guess, we're headed to 4 strings. 4 strings! Yay! Or 5 if you're playing a 5-string.
We have made it to 4 strings.
We've made it to 4 strings. Or 8 if you're playing a Terra Patch, but we'll stick with 4. So now, of course, we're going to bar all the way across, and we still have our fretboard up there. And another cool thing to point out is when you're playing all your open strings, as we know our C6 chord, we are being chordidextrous. We're playing 2 chords at the same time. We're actually playing C6, as you can see on the bottom of that fretboard, but you're also playing A minor 7, right? You're playing 2 chords.
And I'm going to jump in just in case somebody's not following. So right below the fretboard on the graphic, there's a row that says 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 12. And you're talking about under the 0, meaning you're playing it open. So 0, you're not holding down any fret at all. And that is where you're saying you're playing the C6.
I'm playing the C6.
Okay.
So it's the very, very leftmost column over there where it says in purple C6 on the bottom and A minor 7 in green on the top. That's all your open strings. Right?
Yep.
So now if we go ahead and bar across all 4, and you may want to do what I do frequently is I kind of think of it as a backhand tennis stroke swing, where sometimes you need both your arms. Sometimes I use 2 fingers to really press down. Depends on the chord, but it really helps if you want to not tire out your hand. So you can bar it with just your pointer finger, or you can kind of help your pointer finger with your 3rd finger. So we'd have our C6 or A minor 7. Now we're going to have our C sharp 6 or our B flat minor 7. We're playing 2 chords. And let me let me tell you how that works. Say we're going to play something in D6. Let's all bar our second fret. Okay, so we got a D6. Okay, so we're going to play a song, and it's going to be in D. If you ever plan to motor west, I've got it kind of printed down there for you. Travel my way, take the highway, that's the best, right? So our ear is definitely recognizing that we are in the key of D. We're playing our D6, we're in D. But we're going to play the same second fret 4-note bar chord, but we're not going to be in D anymore. We're going to be in A. Okay, so now we're going to play A, and let's finger E7. So that is 1, 2, open 2. Now let's play that D6, or it could be B minor 7. Back to E7. We are definitely in the key of A, but we've used this chord. It's not the name of the key anymore. It's a secondary chord in the key of A. And it can be functioning differently. It can function as the tonic or as the name of the key, or it can function as what we would call a subchord. It's a supporting chord to the name of the key. So it's really, really very cool the way these can move around. And I have my students practice just moving up and down. They think it's cool, but it's actually good practice. Just kind of moving just those 6th chords or those minor 7ths around.
And there was a question, I think that probably others, right? Because they heard you say this, and sometimes they'll see this, right? Mm-hmm. That C6 is also A minor 7. So someone's asking if you can explain a bit more why that is.
So if we go back to our little chart there.
Let me do that.
It's all in the way that chords are spelled. So when you construct chords, or when you look at analyzing chords, chords or triads are stacked in thirds. And if you think of our scale, our musical scale is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it repeats. So you have your scales, you can think of them as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? But in order, just like Julie Andrews sang do, mi, so, so, your chords are built in thirds. Well, if you look on and a third is skipping a note, basically. It's skipping a note. So, and I have my piano here, which I don't know if you can actually see my hand, but if I were going to play you a C major scale, I would play every single note next to each other. But if I was going to play a chord, I would skip a note and build the chord every other note in the scale. Okay, so that's how we build our chords. In the case of our ukulele, we've got 4 strings instead of 3, so we got an extra note. So what we're really playing on our open strings is C, E, G, A. So that's why it's called a C6, because we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's our 6th. So now is the tricky part. All right, we got the C6.
So I'm gonna jump in just
okay.
Just because I really want it to make sense to people. So
yeah.
When you say you're playing that on the piano, go ahead and can you translate into the strings, because you're playing G, C, E, A on the 4 strings.
Yes, I am. And so if you look at it on your ukulele, we've got C, we got the same thing. C, we got our C note. We've got an E note. We've got a G note, if it's a high G. And then we got an A. So that's why it's the same sound.
And when you play a C chord, on the A string, you're holding down a second C, which makes
you are. If you're
get rid of
play
that A.
You've gotten rid of that A. That's why it's a C chord. It's a straight C chord. Right? So there's no more A. Okay? Hopefully that's clear to people. You limited one of the notes. And I've written out the notes, if you can see in the fretboard there. See on the very, very leftmost column, those are the notes we're talking about. We've got on the ukulele, the bottom note is G, or the top note is G, and then we've got C, E, A. We got My Dog Has Fleas, and it's a C6 chord. Okay, now this is really going to be easier to see on the keyboard. If you take that A and put it on the bottom, so it's an octave down now. Now you've got an A minor 7th chord all built in thirds. Okay? So it sounds like that, or it sounds like this with a low G. So if you go back to how that is spelled on the fretboard, it's the same notes, but instead of looking at C being the root of the chord, A is now the root of the chord. And we're going A, skip B, C, skip D, G, or E, skip F, and G. We've spelled that chord in our every other note, and we've got an A minor 7. And that works for every single chord going up the fret, chromatically, or in half steps.
So some people are saying they're lost. I would just say, if you just get a little of that music theory from you, if you just gain a little bit, I think you've gained quite a bit.
Yeah, and you can kind of stare at this. If anybody wants to, I'll put my email in the chat. Anybody who wants a copy of these, I'm happy to give you these sheets because they really are informative. And if you stare at them enough, I think you'll gradually understand how the chords are built and how they're spelled. And that's why so many of them work in different substitutions. You don't have to just have C, F, G. You could have C major 7, you could have D6, and you could have G9. They're all different substitutions for the same chord progressions that we know. And it's a great way to spice up your playing. So I'll have my email available for you guys, and any questions I'd welcome them.
Awesome.
So I do have a little song for us to play if you want to show that one, Greg, if I haven't taken up too much of your time.
No, this is great. And I can also, I put the chords and lyrics from the show in a Dropbox.
Oh, perfect.
So if you want, if it makes your life easier, I could put those handouts there.
Perfect.
I can do that. So just,
all right.
I don't have to, but I can.
It's all good. So you're saying that people would contact you instead, or
they just go to the Dropbox where they normally go to get the songs we sing, and they just go there and they'll find them there if you want.
That's perfect.
Might simplify your life a little.
Sure. Well, what good is a simple life, right? we gotta complicate it. All right. So since it's summer and it's hot, I thought we could do this song, and it does give us a chance to play some bar chords, straight across 4-note bar chords in the D6, in the E6, and it does use a chord that I really haven't talked much about. So you have your A, and there's an F sharp minor in there. If you're playing your A, which is 2 and 1, you're just going to tuck your 4th finger in on the E string to get your F minor chord.
Which
I think people are probably going to know.
Shape, right?
Yes, exactly. Okay, and then you've got your D7. I've got the island D7 in there and the E7. So hopefully everybody will know the other chords. But the D6 and the E6 that you see, I think, are going to be the easiest ones, because all you're going to do is bar straight across on fret number 2 and straight across on fret number 4. So that gives you a chance to kind of move them around a little bit. So let's try this one real slow. The introduction, I kind of go back and forth between the A and the F sharp minor to kind of give it a little bit of rhythm. That little kind of boogie woogie shuffle feel. So let's do this one real slow if everybody's ready. All right, here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, intro. Whenever I'm with him, something inside starts to burning, and I'm filled with desire. Could it be the devil in me, or is this the way love's supposed to be? It's like a heat wave burning in my heart. Can't keep from crying, it's tearing me apart. Whenever he calls my name, soft and low, sweet and plain, I feel, yeah, yeah, well, I feel that burning flame. This high blood pressure got a hold on me. Is this the way love's supposed to be? It's like a heat wave burning in my heart. Can't keep from crying, it's tearing me apart. Sometimes I stare into space, tears all over my face. Can't explain it, don't understand it. I ain't never felt like this before. This funny feeling's got me amazed. I don't know what to do. My heart's in a haze. It's like a heat wave burning in my heart. Can't keep from crying, tearing me apart. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. Don't pass up this chance. This time it's a true romance. It's like a heat wave burning in my heart. Can't keep from crying. Here's our end, tearing me apart. 2, 3, 4, heat wave.
That is so. I mean, that's amazing how different that song can sound. Like from the radio version people know to what you just did. It's really cool.
Well, thanks. I was just trying to find a song that would move that sixth shape around, and that one came to mind, and I hope people enjoyed it. Of course, goes a lot faster when we practice it.
But even slow, that sounded pretty cool and jazzy, and
cool.
Slow, I think that sounded great.
Well, thanks.
Well, this has been awesome, and really thank you. I know you were doing some live stuff, so I want to remind everyone, so this is recorded, so if this was over your head and your head is spinning right now, you can watch this back multiple times and really pick up, what she's doing with her fingers and play it in slow motion and all sorts of things. So it's available. So if you didn't get it the first time, it's available for multiple times thereafter until you do get it. So I wanna
Yes,
make
and
sure
if
that's
you're going to
good.
put the handouts in the Dropbox, that'll be great, Greg.
Yeah,
That's
I
very kind of you.
sure can. And you have stuff coming up. You have live stuff coming
I
up, which
have
is
live
very
stuff coming
exciting.
up. Yeah, after being in the studio all last year, well, I've got some more things I'm coming up in the studio with, but live, I was invited to come down to Lake Guntersville in Alabama for their Alabama Uke Fest, and that's coming up September the 24th and 25th. And after the first of the year, I was very, very honored to be invited by Nanny and Keith Lowry to come to the Gaithersburg Festival live in March in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and that's March 17th through the 19th, and so we'll be doing some performances, some workshops, and getting to see people face to face. I'm so excited. Let's hope our world stays healthy, and we can all just gather.
So if people are in the area or looking to take a little trip, you'll be there. You're also doing a something in Nashville, right?
Yes, we started a monthly ukulele night at a little club here in town, and we've gotten some good response. We've got some people coming from out of town. Kirk Jones joined us last month. We've got Jeremy Roberts coming in, and we're going to be on Jim DeVille's Whistle Stop tour. We're so excited to have him. So we're just jamming with the Ukes here in Nashville. So we're just so pleased.
That is awesome. I saw something about that on Facebook. I saw a picture of you
Yeah.
and Kirk. So very cool. And someone also was asking about your uke. Just what you're playing.
Yes, this is one of the Kala Archtops, which has kind of like a little jazzy sound. I've got lava strings on it, and I've got it, going through a little amplifier here. But to me, it sounds really, really jazzy.
Yeah.
Really, really nice sound to it.
Yeah, very cool. Well, okay, so bar chords, everyone is afraid of them, but they're not as bad as people think, right?
That's just a skimming the surface of them, but
Yeah. Well, this has
I think
been
they're fun.
super helpful, and you're just so nice. And Lisa's going to stay on in the chat. So if you have questions for Lisa, just go ahead. She'll be on the chat in just a few moments, and you can ask her any question you want.
Yep.
Lisa was also really kind because I think it was just 2 days ago. I said, "Hey, when you come on, do you want to do a collaboration?" So obviously, Lisa has done many, many, many collaborations, but never using that a cappella app. So she was a super sport, and she picked that up in like 4 minutes and then sent something back to me that was amazing. So I really appreciate it.
Greg had to train me, so I appreciate that, Greg.
No, it's
And
great.
thank you so much for having me on. It's just been my honor, and I just have so enjoyed it and enjoyed you and your group, and I really appreciate it.
Well,
Thank
we
you so much.
appreciate you and glad you're doing live stuff and hope to see you at a venue soon.
Okay. Thank you so
All
much.
right. So thank you, Lisa, and everyone. Just give Lisa a big thanks just for giving of her time and talent. And like I said, she's going to stay on. So if you have questions, stick around and you can ask her those questions. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our first play along song is going to be that collaboration I just mentioned. And it's Teach Your Children is the song. And we did this just yesterday. So thanks again, Lisa, for doing that. You made me look and sound a little better than I am.
Oh,
So
no,
thank
you didn't need my help.
Oh, yes, I do.
Thank you, Greg.
All right. Thanks again. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you so
bye.
much. Bye.
Okay, so let me do something real quick here. I'm going to end the meeting. A little housekeeping to do. And my camera is not my good camera. For some reason, my little webcam was blurry. I don't know why. So this you're not going to see me play the uke much, and I really am sorry about that. Not too much I can do at this point. Next time we'll get that working. But let's when I click over to this. So we're going to do Teach Your Children. Let's do this. All right, so that's the song we're going to sing. All right, so fairly easy chords with this. G, C, D, D7. You just drop your pinky to make the D a D7 and E minor. So with that said, we are going to kick off the playoff, and can't thank Lisa Webb from Nashville enough for being here. But here we go. So Teach Your Children, a little collaboration. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's hell did slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you will cry, so just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. And you of tender years can't know the fears that your elders grew by, so please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, their children's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you will cry, so just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Greg. This was fun.
That was fun. That was Lisa Webb is amazing. I did the first two panels, and it was mediocre at best. And man, Lisa, geez, when you add stuff, it really just is awesome. So she did. If you saw Uke Upside Down, she was playing a little percussions on the uke. She was doing a little slide, and also singing multiple harmonies. So really cool. So thank you, Lisa, for doing that. That was great. All right, so let me switch back over to this screen here. Again, my apologies. My camera is normally better than this, but everything else is working. So good thing I have two cameras. Hey, Katie Thomas, you are up late. Hey, let me know if the thing worked for you. Just when you get a chance. I saw your message today, but just wanted to make sure that little code worked. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I love the sound of harmonies. I can't do it, so I wasn't harmonizing. I don't want to fool anybody. All I was doing was singing the melody, and Lisa came in and added that. All right, so we're going to do Leaving on a Jet Plane. I was going to show a picking pattern for this, but I think we're just going to do this just a normal strum, and we'll do a picking pattern on this another time. So, are you ready? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1 second. I'm doing 2 of each of those. All my bags are packed and I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could cry. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. But I'm a-leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down. So many times I've played around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll wear your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm a-leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come for me to leave you. One more time, let me kiss you. Then close your eyes, I'll be on my way. Dream about the day to come when I won't have to leave alone. About the time I won't have to say. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm a-leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. I'm a-leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Alrighty, let's go back to full screen. So next time the picking pattern, and it's a pretty easy pattern. What we'll show you next time is it goes like this. You get the idea. You get the idea. And this, we're going to do this up. Okay, so this is the first time we have done this song. And it's Hey There, Delilah. Gets a lot of play on uke. And we are going to do this in a few weeks also with the picking pattern. A really simple pattern. But we'll sound something like that. Let me play an F chord. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles, right? So, and we'll cover that picking pattern. Super simple. I think we've done that once before, but it's time to probably do that again. But today, just a normal strum for that song. This is the first time we've done this, so let's cross our fingers and just hope it goes pretty well. All right. Are you ready? I want two, and this is a kind of a fast strum here. If I'm doing it faster than you might know it, just forgive me on that. I have to pick a tempo, and it comes from my head, so. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty. Yes, you do. Times Square can't shine as bright as you. I swear it's true. Hey there, Delilah, don't you worry about the distance. I'm right there if you get lonely. Give this song another listen. Close your eyes. Oh, I went a little slow. Sorry. Listen to my voice, it's my disguise. I'm by your side. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 What you do to me. Verse 2. Hey there, Delilah, I know times are getting hot. Just believe me, girl, someday I'll pay the bills with this guitar. We'll have it good. We'll have the life we knew we would. My word is good. Hey there, Delilah, I've got so much left to say. If every simple song I wrote to you would take your breath away, I'd write it all. Even more in love with me you'd fall. We'd have it all. Oh, is what you do to me. Oh, is what you do to me. Oh, is what you do to me. Oh, what you do to me. What you do to me. 1,000 miles seems pretty far. They've got planes and trains and cars. I'd walk to you if I had no other way. Our friends would all make fun of us. We'd just laugh all along because let me just do that part over again. See, I said first time. Alright. I'd walk to you if I had no other way. Our friends would all make fun of us, and we'll just laugh along because we know that none of them had felt this way. Delilah, I can promise you, by the time that we get through, the world will never, ever be the same. And you're to blame. Hey there, Delilah, you be good and don't you miss me. 2 more years and you'll be done with school, and I'll be making history like I do. You'll know it's all because of you. We can do whatever we want to. Hey there, Delilah, here's to you. This one's for you. Oh, is what you do to me. 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 What you do to me. All right. Sorry about that little faux pas in the middle there. You know, that used to bother me. And I'd get all worked up about it. Doesn't bother me so much anymore. All right. We have done this one before. And I think we're going to do this with the drum machine. So if you give me just one moment, I'm going to turn the drum machine on. Should do that. We've got the song ready. Let's switch over here so you can see the lyrics. That's usually helpful. And this is fast. So that's pretty fast. All right, so don't fear. If it seems too fast for you, don't give up. If it's too fast for you, you don't have to play a full strum. You can just play a simpler strum, just down, up, down, up, down, up, or just down on the chord changes. So don't give up. All right, so it's gonna go like this. Let me turn it up a little bit so I can hear the drums through my headphones. All right. So just vamp on D. We'll just vamp on D for just a moment. Just so you can get the feel of that drum. Okay. All right. I think we'll just get rolling now. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. I hear that train a-comin', it's rollin' round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a-rollin' on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Fast. We'll let the chords and lyrics scroll up just a little bit. I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But the people keep a-moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison and that railroad train was mine, I bet I'll move it on a little farther down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. All right. So yes, that is kind of fast. And we're going to do something that wasn't planned because somebody asked me to do this. They knew this song was being played tonight. And I don't need headphones anymore. So they knew this song was being played tonight. So let me jump over. We've got this song and then two more. And then we'll be done for the night. So let me go find this real quick. Oh, yes. One moment. There it is. All right. So since we just played Folsom Prison, this is to the tune of Folsom Prison. And it's a song I wrote a while back about online dating and the miserable existence and tool that online dating. I know there's a purpose, but it's problematic in many ways. So anyway, I'm not going to talk much about it. This is a song about online dating, and every word in this song is true. So we're going to do maybe just a little slower than that last one, but it's the same tune. It's the same chords. So consider that last one practice. And thank you, Johnny Cash, for a fun tune. And here it goes. We'll just vamp on D in the beginning. She's just as happy eating wings as eating fancy meals. She's comfortable in flip-flops or a cocktail dress and heels. She's a Match.com profile. She just sent me a wink. After a month or two of chatting, we might meet for a drink. Verse 2. Well, Tanya's ex had thinning hair, his outfit had a drought. Apparently she wanted hair, asked if I'd grow mine out. I'm done with dating websites and all the lunacy. Don't wanna be your sperm donor or your sugar daddy. Sad, I know, because it's all true. Well, Angela. Now, verse 3 is Angela. Well, Angela was 42. She lived in New Smyrna. First text she sent pics of her in panties and a bra. I'm done with online dating and soft porn selfies too. My odds are probably better sitting in a church pew. Jane could not seem to tell the truth, fake photo, name and age. Her name was actually Anne, and so I quickly disengaged. I'm slowly going crazy, losing my sanity. 'Cause this process is appalling, and it tortures me. Well, if I canceled my subscription, then I left eHarmony. Back to bars and coffee shops and checkout lines for me. But at least I would be out there to date another day. And maybe meet a woman the old-fashioned way. And maybe meet a woman the old-fashioned way. It's a sad song, sad because every word is true. Alright, that is the online dating song. Alright, you wanted it. Well, not everybody, so sorry for everybody else, but what is next? Let me go back to the playlist. Let me jump over to the comments here. Well, that's nice. Love the lyrics. Yeah, you know, it's kind of fun writing lyrics. If you've never written a song and you think you can't do it, maybe start there. Just find a tune you like and just replace the lyrics with lyrics that are your own, and that might be a good first step if you've never done that. If you say you can't write a song, you can. I believe that completely, wholly. I believe that. All right. Oh. Well, that's nice, Susan. Thank you. Hopefully that's true. Yep. All right. And for anyone who's been on an online dating site, I'm sorry. All right. So next song is this. We have not done this one before either. But it's a Jack Johnson tune. There's an Orlando group actually in Winter Park. We meet at the Winter Park Library, and this song we did this past Saturday. So I played it a handful of times. Good night, Katie Thomas, and glad you were here. Yeah, you were really up late. Katie lives over in the UK, so she's it's like 1 or 2 in the morning, I believe. All right, so this strum, I'm going to do an island strum with a chuck in it. About that speed. We're not starting yet. I'm just giving you an idea of where we're headed. Who's to say what's impossible, well, they forgot, right? And then you can just do a regular island strum to this, just your... I'm just adding that chuck in there. All right. So, let's get rolling on this. We'll go ahead and do that intro. Alright, I won't. Ooh, I gotta get that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's to say what's impossible, well, they forgot. This world keeps spinning, and with each new day I can feel a change in everything. And as the surface breaks, reflections fade, but in some ways they remain the same. And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I want to turn the whole thing upside down. I find the things they say just can't be found. I share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's song. I don't want this feeling to go away. Who's to say I can't do everything? Well, I can try. And as I roll along, I begin to find things aren't always just what they seem. I want to turn the whole thing upside down. I find the things they say just can't be found. I share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's song. This world keeps spinning and there's no time to waste. Will it all keep spinning, spinning round and round and upside down? Who's to say what's impossible and can't be found? I don't want this feeling to go away. We're gonna vamp on C for a minute until the lyrics catch up with us. right, last line of chorus 3. I don't want this feeling to go away. Please don't go away. Is this how it's supposed to be? All right, folks, we got one more song. And we've done this one before. This is a slower one. So again, if strumming fast is like racking your brain and you're saying, I can't ever strum that fast, you can. It's just a matter of building it. If you're trying to go from slow pace immediately to fast and you're skipping everywhere in the middle, it might be a little challenging. So try to step up. If you're playing a song, find another song with a slightly faster tempo and then a slightly faster tempo. And you really will. You really will surprise yourself. You'll look back and where you struggled, a month ago or 6 weeks ago, sometimes you don't realize the progress you've made. And you need to kind of stop and look back and say like, wow, okay, I really have. I used to not be able to play along with anyone at a play along, and now I can. So it's just practice. Yes, Terry, that was in the Curious George movie. It probably sounded a little better in the Curious George movie. But if you want to hear some cool music, and it translates pretty well to ukulele, is Jack Johnson. Real cool, kind of islandy, Hawaii kind of vibe. Really cool stuff. All right, last song of the night. Kim, I do too. I love Wednesday nights also. And I really did miss last week. Oh, so I wanted to talk real quick. So, fantastic festival in Durango, Colorado. It was a lot of fun. So, went out there with Amy. And we flew into Albuquerque. We drove to Durango. Spent a couple days there at a uke festival. And it was real small. It was very intimate. So, maybe 50 people. So when there was a workshop, there's 15 people maybe gathered around the performer, the instructor performer, and just very close, and it was very cool, very cool. And then there was a great open mic, and there was a great concert. The whole thing was fantastic. It was just great to be out there. And we've had Victoria Vox on the show before, and she performs with her husband, Jack Maher. And they have been performing like Zoom concerts from their house for about a year and a half. And this was the first, at this festival, on this stage when they had their performance, this was the first time they had performed in a group, like in an audience, in a year and a half. So it's very cool to be there for the first time that a couple performers were actually in front of a crowd for the first time in so long. So very lucky to be there to see that. Devin Scott was there. Devin's awesome. Daniel Ward was there. Phenomenal player. Just really, he did this song called Oh Cecilia. It was awesome. It was this jam. Jack was playing bass. It was so cool. And they had a percussionist that was joining them. So I might post that somewhere because that song was just fun. And then someone named Marnie Ward, no relation to Daniel Ward. And I talked to her, chatted with her, and we're going to have her on, I think, at the end of August. Really cool performer. So, anyway, it was fun. Festivals are coming back. All right, so Grow Old With You. We are going to... We're not starting, but that's kind of what we're going for. Norma, I think you messaged me. I think I responded to you. Yes. If anyone missed that before, these are all recorded. They'll be available on Facebook as a recording, like minutes after it ends. It just shows up. So just go to the Ukulele Gent page and click on videos, and you'll see all the videos there for like a year and a half worth of these shows. And then I also put them on YouTube. Sometimes that takes me a little longer because I have to do stuff. Facebook is automatic, but YouTube I'll have on there. The quality's better on YouTube, but it's easier to do it on Facebook because I don't have to do anything. So, Kathy, you're awesome. I really love this too. I truly do. And I'm glad people enjoy this. But I'll stop talking because you want to play music and not just hear me yap. So let's get this rolling. That's it. Let me get in key here. That's it. I wanna make you smile whenever you're sad. Carry around when your arthritis is bad. All I wanna do is grow old with you. I get your medicine when your tummy aches. Build you a furnace build you a fire. I'm not gonna build you a furnace. We're gonna start verse 2 over. I'll get your medicine when your tummy aches. All right, we're gonna try that one more time. I'm losing it. It's a busy. Hey, to my defense, I was up at 4:30 this morning, and then I had to drive to Ocala, and I had to work all day. And then I rushed back through traffic to get back to Orlando in time to get online with Lisa Webb. So if I seem a little loopy tonight, that's why. So, verse 2. I'll get your medicine when your tummy aches. Build you a fire if the furnace breaks. Oh, it could be so nice growing old with you. I'll miss you, kiss you, give you my coat when you are cold, need you, feed you, even let you hold the remote control. So let me do the dishes in a kitchen sink, put you to bed if you had too much to drink. Oh, I could be the one who grows old with you. I wanna grow old with you. Alright, see, that was all part of a lesson. It's improvisational ukulele playing, where you can just pick up in the middle of a song after playing and just can keep going. So it was all part of a very elaborate lesson that I wove into the fabric of Wednesday night. I'm just totally making that up. All right, so that is Wednesday. That's all our songs. Again, thank you to Lisa Webb. Lisa, you are fantastic. And thank you so much for donating your time. Someone asked about an album. I think I saw that in the comments. Somebody probably responded. But Lisa has several albums. One is called Uke Happy. Sorry, I don't know the other ones. But if you go to Facebook, Lisa, if you're still on, can you put the link to your Facebook page in the comments if you haven't already done that? And on there you can find out about albums, but she can provide you information on that. So Lisa, thank you again. Folks, again, sorry I missed last week. I really did miss it. I really do enjoy this and really did miss it. So next week, regular play along. We got 10 songs, so come on back, tell your friends. And then the week after that, we've got guests. So we'll promote that and we'll let you know about who's coming. But we've got some really good guests coming. So stay tuned for that. So thanks again. I hope you are well, and I hope your week coming ahead is a really good week. And if you have any ukulele questions, I know this much, but you can always send me a note through the Facebook page. Just message me through Facebook. Happy to help if I can. Other than that, thank you again, and have a great night, have a great week, and hope to see you next week. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Ukulele Gent.